Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome in. Prahazik, Bread, Alex, hello. Greetings. Good to see you all. I hope you had a good weekend. Hi. Hoo-wee. I hope everyone's Monday has also been treating you kindly thus far. I hope. How goes? It has been another whirlwind in my iteration of reality, so no rest for those of us who've got due deadlines. But it's fine. We forge ahead. With full speed. Right? We do what we can. But I hope you guys had fun. I had a whole bunch of IRL commitments on Saturday to attend to. So, and that was my dog opening my door again. Okay. I just see the door open as like, okay, is there a person there or what? Oh, you know, it's been going hilariously terrible as always. No, Bread! No! Ugh. Okay. I really sincerely hope that things start improving for you, Bread, because it's sad to get the sad news every time that it's going not great. It's really sad to get the sad news every time. So I really hope that things start improving on your end. Really, honestly. Kinda used to it, it happens, but thank you. Still, it's not fun to get used to misfortune. It's really not. I'm just gonna quickly close my door again after my dog opened it, because otherwise sound bleed is gonna happen. So just one moment, please. Of course, closing my door is a little bit of a strong word for it, because I can in fact not actually completely close the door on account of there being a LAN cable through there at the moment. But yeah, one day is one day. When we know what the more permanent arrangement of life, the universe, and everything is going to look like, I will probably put up a piece of conduiting and drill some holes in some ceiling boards to get that to not go through doorways, because ish. In any case. The temporary forever Ethernet cable. Yeah, the temporary forever Ethernet cable. So, I don't know if I've spoken about this, but for those of you who are aware, and I know that I have spoken roughly about it, that in my abode reside multiple adults under the same roof. The number is increasing by 1 in early June. So we're going to be 5 adults in a 3-bedroom house instead of 4. Starting early in June. Crazy. And we are looking at trying to make arrangements for some expansions, because none of us are keen on moving out. But we do know that we need to do some rearrangements and things, and that means that more permanent sort of adjustments to living space are not entirely possible at the moment. Best of luck with that adjustment? No, it's all something we are happy about, actually. It's just that there's logistic knock-on effects. Mine is one of those households that we don't really want to have anyone kicked out. And none of us really want to leave, so honestly, it's actually a pretty decent setup. But with that, while things are still economically a little bit fragile and up in the air, and we're not yet able to do those necessary adjustments to living space, we're a bit hesitant to do things like draw holes in ceilings. Of course, the building itself is old as the hills, so it is still built with decent bricks and decent concrete, and therefore drilling a hole in a wall is like drilling through granite. It's not easy. So we want to avoid drilling holes in walls as much as possible, because it's crazy hard material. So yeah, that's something we would like to avoid. Glad it's a happy change, but the logistical changes alone are always a time. Moving is always a pain, figuratively or literally. Yes. Yes. I've got a lot of experience moving house as well, so I am intimately familiar with that. There was a period of time where I think I moved house 7 times in the span of 10 years. It was a time. It was a time. And the distances traveled in that time was insane. I think the third, it was the third of those moves. The third of those moves, I believe, was actually moving into 2 places in the same weekend, separated by about 600 kilometers. So it was a thing. Yeah. Thankfully, one of those was a very much temporary arrangement, and it did not last more than 6 months. But still. Yeah. Moving is a challenge. But yeah. Things that are moving. We are actually still working on making things move. So we are going to be continuing with Sishian's Live2D rig for the entirety of this week. Part of me that wanted to really just take foot off the gas for a little bit wanted to very, very briefly take tonight and maybe play a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV. However, with patch day being tomorrow, and deadlines being what they are, I couldn't really convince myself that I could afford it. So pending how things go this week, I might try and squeeze a spot next time. Duty call, sadly. Exactly. So while the FanFest hype really did make me want to really just digress for a little bit and take a break, it can't happen this week. I know that Friday is going to be really busy IRL in my world as well, so it's not like I can do anything then. And Saturday I am going to the thing, so that is obviously not going to happen. And Sunday I'm going to be an absolute zombie. So, yeah, there is a lot coming. On various fronts. On the IRL side of things. So I'm not anticipating being able to do anything really to take the foot off the gas in a hurry. But yeah. May the hype grow stronger and the next week grow quieter. Indeed. So yeah, we are plugging away at the commissions, plugging away at the Live2D model especially, because it's the big one at the moment. Like there are a couple of big things in the queue. Zany's character design is now an ongoing theme. Here, that is a thing that's happening quietly in the background. But at the moment, I have been going full steam ahead trying to get Sishian through to the finish line. And all other things pretty much have ground to a screeching halt. I did spend a little bit more time today working on the comic test page commissions. So they are about 70% done now. That little thing. It needs to be delivered next week. It needs to be delivered next week, so I need to spend a little bit more time on that tomorrow as well. But then, yeah, I'm pretty much focusing on Sushi and trying to get him out past the finish line, out the door, and on his merry content creation way. Not trying to get rid of him, but you know what I mean. Just want to get the project moving and everyone's feet not dragging through the procrastination mud, as it were. And then I need to really put shoulder to the grindstone on the character design work for Krahazik and for Zany. So those are the three big things that are occupying about 90% of my mental capacity right now, is those big projects. Beside that, in the queue, I currently have 2 smaller commissions that I've still got to start, which are an adjustment for something for Bunby, so a couple of additional lighting scenarios there, and extension to Pessimistic Hype's reference sheet. And then the queue is empty. Okay, so I want to really just get these three big character jobs out of the way. The 2 character designs, asterisk 3, because one of them has now combined 2 parts into one, and this model, and then I feel like I will have a little bit more control over my state of existence once again. And honestly, I feel like having control over my state of existence is kind of desperately necessary right now. After this madness, I will definitely be taking bigger jobs like this on an application basis. I definitely, if it's someone who's coming with art for a rig, I can definitely see that being something that's much quicker and easier to handle. But the art and rig combo, I think, is maybe something I should keep on a limited quantity, just for capacity management. Otherwise, I'm not going to have time to do all of the other cool stuff that I want to do with my life. So I think that is something that I'm definitely going to need to pay attention to. So yes, I will be, at some point after completing the model, I will be recording all of the showcases for the things that have happened since October. Can't believe I have become model parent for like 2 people, almost 3 since October. It's crazy. I still can't get my head around that. It seems like you got hit by a lot of design and heavy cons all at once. Yes, it was a little bit of a drought in the beginning of 2025, and then a lot of big work in the later parts of the year. And it's a wonderful problem to have. Which is why I also want to start focusing on doing more illustrations in the smaller sort of commissions as well. Because that way I can sort of space out the bigger stuff in between in such a way that I can manage that bigger stuff. And it's a little bit of a tap dance, because essentially what I'm selling is, on top of obviously the finished product, I'm selling time. I'm selling time, and it's a thing to try and manage what the time is worth, and what else I could be doing with it. So it makes me doubly grateful that you guys are here and willing to spend some time with me while we do the madness, and also support along the way, even in the non-commissioned sense. It really, really, really means more than I can say and more than I can possibly properly articulate. So I really, really, really appreciate it. But that being said, we need to get into the thick of things. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to set my hydrate timer. But we've been talking for about 15 minutes, so let us set that for 15 minutes. And then when this is through, we will have our first hydrate of the day. And yeah, let us head over to where we need to be. So what I identified last time was that we have a couple of issues with how the floof is floofing. And I need to just quickly open up here. One moment, please. Wait, just need to go to that screen quickly. Just need to make sure that it's safe for work. Because I can't remember. Okay, that was just in the nick of time. That was just in the nick of time. I needed to just quickly hide the body, because I was working on layers that I can't really work on stream. Yesterday until late, so yes. Anyway, started meshing body parts and clothing pieces and all of that madness. But yes, what we were at last time is we were assessing the head, and the head turns and the bangs and how everything goes together. And what we determined was two things. One, I was really, really, really dumb in how I designed especially these starboard side bangs, especially these more backward pieces. And secondly, I need to still add more side hair to fall up underneath the ears. So those are things that we need to desperately look at, because the current side hair pieces are not sufficient. They're not going to work. They're the wrong shapes altogether. And that is not going to work. So I need to think it out again. In terms of how to get these pieces to do what I need them to do. And so I need to just hide these, because I need to look at what we've got and think aloud. And I need to actually process this, because it feels like I have not properly done so just yet. The boy needs more floof? Yes, the boy does indeed need more floof, especially on the sides. Right. So first thing, what I want to do is I want to just open up everything here. and grab these side hair pieces and pull them out of there so that I can see them more clearly. And reassess how I have shaped these, because this is not sufficient. So first thing, that one must go. This piece, I feel, is actually okay. It feels like a piece that's functional and workable. This piece, however, does not. And I'm trying to figure out how I can make it work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and duplicate it. And what I want to do is I want to put these in between there. Because here what we see is that these side bangs here honestly actually go over the hairline in a way that is not going to be functionally viable. So what I need to do almost is create a head top section, I think, that will give us the path, and then do the actual physicsing part of the bangs separately in such a way that they can sort of not glue, because glue is my nemesis, but sort of go on top of that head top section and not feel wrong and gross. So what I want to do is I want to hide that and hide those and create a new folder, and this is going to become bangs top. All right, and that is going to consist of it's going to need to be 2 pieces as well, just like the bangs back. So we're going to need at least 2 layers here. One is going to be linear burn and glow dodge. Let me just copy these. And clear them. There we go. And an inks layer on top, just in case I need to do some extra line art, and a full layer. Alright, and then that's going to be a port and a starboard, so duplicate. So this is going to be STB, this is going to be PRT. There we go. And what we're going to do with these two is just like the bangs back, which are these uninked ones that we currently see over here. These ones are going to pretty much go behind the hairline. Something like that-ish. And then the actual side bangs are going to go and connect onto that. So then on this side, that's going to be sort of that shape. Now the reason why I am giving this overlap is because I want to allow and I need to decide now if I'm actually being dumb or not for the way that the head turn is going to operate. I think I'm not being completely daft. I don't think I'm being completely daft. But basically what I'm aiming for is to have a part that is going, and I apologize for the slow train of thought here because I'm thinking and speaking at the same time because I'm trying to work this out as I'm saying it. I am literally troubleshooting with my mouth open. I'm aiming for a part that on the head turn, on the x-axis, will be able to switch sides with draw order behind the bangs, behind the hairline, because that's where it's going to reside. And not have weird curves. So it needs to look very intentional. I feel that both as I'm done and I'm doing the same thing right now, and your train of thought is going faster than mine today. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes those days just happen where it's like, I can feel the gears spinning, but the rat is not in the wheel. The gears are spinning, but the rat is not home. And it's one of those the rat is not home days, just a little bit. It's Monday, the rat doesn't get in until Tuesday afternoon. Oh no. Oh no. Why am I trying to do smart work while my rat is not here? No! I need my rat. In absence of the rat, can I get a crow? Crows are smart. They'll probably be able to solve more problems than the rats. Chances are the crows are smarter than me. So, Yeah. We're just spinning. We're just spinning. Squee. From the crows, I know. Full agreement. Yeah. I maintain that I would probably be an absolutely terrible bird parent. But if I ever had to take care of a fellow avian, I think I would most enjoy the company of a crow. And it's not just because I don't want my grandkids to inherit the parrot, because they get that old. A parrot is a lifelong commitment. And a decision you sometimes make for other people's lifelong commitments too. I need to lock this opacity. Okay. Lock. And that was a hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages. And let's take a sip. Yeah, they can live so long. Yeah. My granddad on my dad's side had a parrot, which my dad ended up taking care of like 15 years as an adult. It's crazy. Toaster, welcome in, welcome in. There's also a fellow in my church who has a I forget the name of the species, but she's this adorable little orange and green bundle of feathery floof, and she has been with him for 25 years. That bird. My work gave me creative freedom and I'm making them regret it. Oh, don't you just love creative freedom? Oh, lovely. Make them regret it. Oh, creative freedom is wonderful when you know exactly what you want to do with it. That sounds fun. Did they give you the budget to match the creative freedom, though? That's the question. They already paid for it? Ooh, lovely. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. They wanted simple colors and made it difficult, so I chose the colors Stiletto Love Red and Limousine Leather Black. Ooh. Ooh. Those colors say so much. That sounds spicy, and for the absolute lack of context, I'm assuming it's got something to do with vehicular design. That's gonna be really classy looking. Oh. Nothing like suggestive names for a professional environment. Yeah, yeah. It sounds something very, very, very much like what I would expect to see in a vehicular industry. No, wrong layer, wrong layer. This is the one. This is the one. Now I have the issue. Okay, it needs to be this color, not the other one. Okay. It needs to be this color, otherwise it doesn't all match. Also super excited for Friday. Woo, yay! What's happening Friday? That's got you hyped. I apologize if you mentioned it before, but I can't remember anything. My brain is... to quote a little bit earlier, the wheel is spinning, but the rat isn't home. The commission. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Yes. Excites, excites. I'm looking forward to being able to work on that. I'm looking forward to it so, so much. Hopefully by then I will have freed up a little bit more of my capacity. I will say creative freedom on the pose. Yeah, I have low-key been thinking about it ever since I read the brief. Still trying to make some decisions regarding that. I have not applied much thought yet, because the wheel is spinning but the rat's not home. But the excitement to work on it is definitely there. Definitely there. All is good? Yay! Yeah. Like, maybe at some point I should actually put a surprise me illustration type commission out there, or surprise me illustrations request form thing, because at the moment it wants a lot of direction. And I suppose if I put something out there that's a surprise me that gives like options for mood and what have you, it should be a little bit easier to figure things out. I'd say never work on art commission related things ratless, but I've definitely sent you requests that were made like 10 PM ratless. Yes, the ratless requests I can totally understand. Trying to make the things without the rat is a little bit risky. I will say that. I will say that. Once upon a time, I did definitely experience that on the 15-minute comms as well. The ratless experience was there and full force at some stage as well. I learned the danger of creative freedom's dark secret past. It's vicious underbelly, as it were. But I think it is possible to bridge the gap on that sort of thing by at least giving a mood indicator, I think. I should put more stuff into this request. Maybe I'll throw some darts at the wall and say, hey, wait a minute, I got an idea! And that was a grand idea. I love that idea. It was super fun to work on. It was a really fun idea. I'm not liking how that's looking. Hold up. I'm not liking how that's looking. I still love them. I'm glad. I'm glad. You know what? I'm going to clear the blue roots on that in that sense, and clear that. Empty that. And fill that. But yeah, you can definitely make the request to half write the skib, like request with some basic multi-choice. I think so. I think so, because I've already suffered from paralysis from being given too much creative freedom and honestly not knowing what to do with it. So having at least the cheese for the rat is a good start, I think. No, to lure it out of its creative cavern of mental fortitude. Okay. Different brush. And I need to not have this on soft. I tried soft because people said that's better for your wrists, but it is not working for me. I need a harder brush because I'm working vertically. I'm not actually pressing down, I'm pressing sideways. In order to get these nice thin strokes, I need a harder brush. Because I'm barely touching. There we go. That is gonna do a little bit better. Great, 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 great. Now what I want to do is I want to actually open up the original reference again. So, let me do it on this side, this way. I want to see if there are lofted spaces. And it does not appear... There is one lofted space. Okay, there's in fact a lofted space right here. There is in fact a tiny hay vent right there. Make use of it. Okay. Okay. And that's gonna become 7. Empty it. And over here, this is just going to add another layer of texture to the floof. Something like that. I want this to just cross back a little bit, just to give a little bit more texture here. I was not convinced that that was 100% effective. Also, wrong layer. Wrong layer. No wonder. No wonder. So, edit, outline. Two. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's a little bit better. And add the boundary. Like that. And like that. There we go. And over here. Cut that. And that. And that. Okay. So for a little bit of eventing on that side, that should do the trick. Now what I want to do is I want to hide the rest of these. Okay. And that one. And hide you as well. So that I can come back here. Yes. And on this side, more effectively, of the shape of the hair vent in our line work. Something like that. Okay. And there we go. There we go. Now, we need to come back to this section here and ease off on that bit of color. over there, just like so. While we figure things out. I like having that little bit of dark inside the hair vent, actually. I think that looks nice. Alright, that'll do. And then what we're gonna do, now that we've got that side, is we need to look at... Oh, hello, Hoot Hootville and Ploomies, welcome in! Thank you for the cookies, thank you for joining us, Ville, welcome Ploomies, welcome in. For everyone who does not know me, sneaks in to deliver Ploomies, that is in fact a lovely delivery indeed. Thank you everyone, thank you for joining us. I hope that the crocheting went well. I openly admit that I had it muted on the next screen over so that I could keep an eye on it while it was happening, even while I was streaming. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Welcome in, everyone. For anyone who is not familiar, my name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos, general maker of things, and currently also doing battle with a VTuber model that I'm busy doing for commission. Hello. It was a struggle. I have much to learn. I can believe that. Hoot hoot, and thank you for the cookies. Happy birthday. Yes, I hear that it is in fact both birthdays for CL and Nai. So happy birthday to you too. Welcome. Undercover Harrier. Yeah, Undercover Harrier is... Yeah, I was lurking. I was lurking in the other screen. So, oh man. I said let's go to Seal when I was wrapping up, so you get to be Seal today if you want to. Seal Citadel. Hey! Apparently, for law-accurate purposes, Harrier is actually a assigned name, not necessarily the name that I got at birth. So I don't know what that was. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So I could be Seal Citadel for today. It could have been anything. It could have been anything. One day I will reveal that lore, guys. I promise. About stuff. For now, you're just gonna have to trust me on that. I can't remember stuff. But yes, welcome in, everyone. Welcome. We are currently doing a little bit of battle with putting together repairs for hair, because I did have some rigged, but it was breaking a little bit on the head turns, so I need to do some adjustments to things on this rig. Let me just put my shelf over in that corner over there so that you can see on the preview a little bit more easily what's going on. So there's much still to do in terms of getting the floof on this bunch. But yes, we are plugging away at it. Ooh, crochet. I've got a friend who went from crochet to historical European martial arts, so if that thing appeals to you with crochet is stabbing, I recommend fencing as well. Bread. Yes, the stabs are definitely a thing. If you have a penchant for stabbing things. Oh, it looks so good already. Thank you, CL. Thank you. I'm glad. Yes, we're doing a little bit of repair work, but we are plugging away. I'm currently at somewhere around 71 work hours on this model to date. There is still quite a lot left to accomplish, because it is a little bit of an advanced rig. But we're getting there. So, slowly but certainly, we are going to conquer it. Happiness. So this, I am currently working on the thing's top layer here. So what I want to do is I want to just extend that vent a little bit and get some of our shading in the roots, like so. Get some of that shade to pull through, like that. And I think for this side, that should pretty much cover it. I'll be heading off. Good luck with the rigging. Thank you, Bill. Rest well. Thank you for joining us. And I really, really appreciate the raid. And best of luck with what you need to do. And roost well. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. It looks really good. Thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciated. We are currently in a little bit of a messy phase. While I've got a whole bunch of stuff hidden. But we're getting there. Have we got it open on this side as well? No, I don't. Okay. So I can't show you... Or can I? Let me just open one thing up here. And then I can show you guys what the rig actually behaves like when it's got live inputs. I can actually show you where it's at with live inputs as well. Let me just hide or show what I've actually got of. Have I not got those? Those are not yet attached, I don't think. Are they? Yeah. I think they're... Are they attached? They're sort of attached, but they're not right, so I need to work on that. Sishian! Hello, hello, peekaboo! Welcome, Sishian! So, everyone, Plumies, this is the fellow who we are rigging. So, Sishian is indeed the person we're busy working on. I'm just going to quickly go into parasitic alien mode so that I can show you guys what the rig is actually going to behave like a little bit. I'm just going to hide the side here because it is definitely not going to be helpful. Definitely not going to be helpful for seeing what's going on. Just waiting for this second instance of YouTube Studio to finish opening. Because I am currently working on a 2 PC setup. And it does not like having... it does not like processing a stream and... and sending information for live rendering in all of the places at the same time. Don't lie, that's not me, they're too adorable. No, Sishian, you are adorable. There is no denying this. There's no denying this. I am just grateful for the opportunity to work with you, honestly. Okay, so I'm just going to go quickly into parasite mode, which means my model is going to break for a moment. So, one moment, please. I just need to do this very, very briefly and disconnect. And connect over here. And allow over here. And if we are lucky, we're very, very, very lucky, it will be connected to the correct instance of YouTube Studio. No, that's the wrong instance. I want to connect to this one. That's the one I want to connect to. Okay. Now I just need to make sure... Okay, we are there. Now I need to do this one last button press madness, and then I shall have tracking. There we go. Now I'm in parasite mode and we are tracking on Sishian's mod. So frankly, at the moment, there is a lot still to implement, but I'm pretty happy that the majority of the rig is fully functional. So the ears are extremely responsive to facial inputs, and we have the full V-Bridger mouth input system going on. So things are going pretty well in terms of that entire rig setup. So yay! We are slowly but certainly making really good progress. As soon as we have the majority of the additional layers in place, it will be a lot easier to see exactly what's going on. So, yeah, at the moment we are currently focusing on finishing up the hair. And there's a lot that I can't actually show you guys on stream because presently clothes layers have not yet been imported. So there's that little detail. Until such time as that is in place, a lot of this work is going to stay strictly off stream. So yes. So I'm just going to go deparasite myself for a moment, and then we shall resume with the hair repairs. And disconnect, and over here, connect, and we're back. Okay, we're back inside the appropriate torsos. Okay. That's a little bit more comfortable being back in my own skin. Whew, okay. Now, we resume. So, at the moment, I've just had that open in preview mode. I've not yet done anything. Okay. It obviously does not like saving while I'm in stream. That's not disconcerting at all. Okay. Not disconcerting at all. I think it's probably because it does not like having V-Bridger and Live2D open at the same time while trying to save things. So I'm going to close that because I'm probably not going to use it again this evening. Probably. While we continue focusing on repairing hair layers. What we're going to do is we need to just add a tiny little bit of a highlight over here and at the top like that. Just something subtle. Alright, and then the rest of the highlights will happen on other sections. So now on this, what I need to do is I just want to add the appropriate why is this one locked? I don't know why that one was locked. Anyway, here we're just going to add some appropriate contouring for some different pieces. There we go. And here we're gonna use you, and just add in a little bit of extra inking just for a bit of texture. And there we go. that should make it fit the bill. Yeah. Okay, that makes that piece ready to fly. Now we need to go to the yeah, that's gonna be a nice little extra piece of texture. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to open the PSD, but I just want to quickly make sure that that is also safe for viewing. So one moment please, while I quickly just make sure that that is in fact safe for viewing. Like that, and okay, I can bring that in. This is just my main file transfer folder that I needed, so I'm just going to take that, copy, and paste that in there. Alright. That's the Photoshop file that ends up getting pulled in to the actual VTube Studio. So that Bangs port I can now collapse because I'm happy with it. It is good to go. On this side, what I'm going to do is, now that we know what is happening here, I can just... not with that brush, not with that brush, not with that brush! Neaten that up just a smidge. There we go. So that is now also ready to fly. So Bangs top port, copy, and paste, and move down, and merge selected, and merge selected. So now those two are ready to import into Live2D. Now we need to fix the starboard side, and then we can move on to the side head that needs repairing. So, Bangs top port can be collapsed. Alright, it's now ready to move. Now we can move on to the starboard side. So this is where the majority of the work actually needs to happen, because the entire starboard bangs mess is exactly that. It is a mess. So I'm just going to hide the side hair front layer because it is not functional, not operational at all. And now, what I want to do is I want to say I had two lunar birds. Yes, one was for actual shading and one was for the other madness. Okay, so now first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to also include this hue shift that comes from the back hair into the white, because there are in fact two colors to the pelt, two fur colors to deal with. So we just add in a little bit of that. It's funny to imagine this being said in the context of a hairdresser's. Yeah, just a little. Just a little. I mean, we're basically doing a very, very, very strange haircut. If only a hairdresser would be so meticulous in the mapping of where one applies bleach and dye appropriately for such complicated color jobs, such that one can actually have a mapped out recipe. But it's fine. We're getting there. We're getting there. It would help if that was clipped down so that we don't end up with breakages. Okay, that'll work. Now we need to actually have bangs starboard come on top of there. And bangs back starboard come on top of there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hide the three that make up the top section. And that leaves you, number 1, which is utterly, totally, completely, and unforgivably wrong in every possible sense of the word. So, we need to repair you significantly. Because what even is that shape? Like, seriously, what even is that shape? Let's start by moving you up here. So it's a little bit higher up. Let's see if that's maybe something that can assist in salvageability. Just a little. Can it? Can it? Not entirely. Why? Because we've still got this piece that is crossing over the face as well. And during the head turns, that is messy. Things that move, that sweep outwards on the head turn have proven to rig much more comfortably. Because when the head turns that way, at some point, the piece that goes over the cheek needs to clip behind. And that feels very awkward at the moment. Whereas the parts that move outward don't look wrong when they need to clip behind. The parts that move inward look a little bit strange. Because at an angle like this, that part in a real life situation or a 3D situation would be going forward, which would look outward. In this instance, or in this scenario. So my 3D brain does not agree with what it's seeing here at the moment. My 3D brain does not agree with what it's seeing. So instead of having this flip inward, we might need to strongly consider flipping it outward, especially considering that this is not a subtle head turn. It's not only going the tiniest amount of head direction change. We are actually seeing a quite significant angle shift. So in the interest of sanity and not annoying people because of seeing things that are not behaving like normal hair would do in a 3D scenario, which breaks some brains, mine included, we're going to clear this and start over on this one piece. And I'm probably going to end up renaming the entire bunch. And that's fine. For now, let's see what we can do about getting the shapes to work. So, firstly and foremostly, we're going to have this piece. I'm using a lasso tool, that's a lasso fill, to just block out roughly what I think is probably going to work best. I don't want it to necessarily be as long as the one on this side, just so that we keep a little bit more visual interest going on as well. Keith, hello, my first time catching your stream again on time after so long. Thank you so much for joining in. It's good to see you. How have you been? Hello, Keith. How goes? How goes? Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I forgot to reset my hydrate timer. So everyone, it is time to acquire your nearest safer consumption beverages, whatever they may be, and let's take a sip, and then I shall reset my hydrate timer, because why? I have been going for almost an hour and I've forgotten to hydrate. So, let's see if I can remember this time. So, hydrate first. I can't believe I forgot. Again, I was so excited by the raid that I completely forgot. There we go. And there's our timer. So, in 30 minutes, we shall get the little bell going off to remind us to hydrate once more. Mwahaha. Okay, now, yes. What's everyone else drinking? I was on water today. I'm on water today. But what is everyone else hydrating with at the moment? I've been good. I haven't been able to watch your streams because I have no internet when my mom's gone for work. Oh no. Oh no. That's unfortunate, but I'm glad that you're able to join us. Aww. Limited internet is a pain, but we are grateful for the times when things are possible, right? Don't worry about it. Logistics are what they are. You can only do so much. Also water. Awesome, awesome. To the Plumies who are still around, what tea did Bill have today? I was too late to stream to actually see what tea he had today. He's always got such interesting teas. Let's see. Something like this-ish. Ought to almost be appropriate, almost. That could work, that could work. There we go, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, that should work, that should work. Now we grab this. Big airbrush. Not quite that big. Just get that a little bit blue. There we go. There we go. Nice. And now what we need to do is we need to grab that. Go to the other layer. Go fill in black. Edit, outline selection. Draw on border 2 pixels. Okay, there we go. Nice. I have a 78-ounce water bottle that I'm using for my hydration. Ah, nice, nice. I have no idea if I read that correctly. I do not know how to read imperial units of measure. And I never have. It's never been important in my iteration of existence. So I really hope that I did not mess up so laughably terribly in terms of reading that. OZ is ounce, right? feeling incredibly stupid very quickly. I'm feeling very, very, very incredibly stupid all of a sudden. And that is why that was looking weird. It is a textured brush. That is not the brush I was looking for. Okay, we try that again. There we go. Okay, that will work. Yes, that will work. Okay, so that's that piece. Number 1. You absolutely are not going to be number 2. This piece is absolutely not going to be number 2. Because it is way too far to the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to Z Y X and W. Okay. I only used Imperial because I wasn't sure what measurements you used, but it's 2.3 liter. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Literally the rest of the world outside of the United States uses liters and metric. With, if I'm not mistaken, a slight asterisk next to Britain and Australia, who may use mixed measurements depending on what they're talking about. Exactly which measurements they use for what, though, I can't remember. It's a little bit messy. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go duplicate that, move that up there, and empty them. Alright? And this is going to be number 2. Okay? Also empty that. Cool. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to go... this entire thing needs to be emptied. Please and thank you. Okay. Next, I want something that goes a little bit more out, breaking the silhouette here. So, what we're gonna do is, let me just pull this over here. This is the original character design. We've been given a little bit of creative license to do what we want stylistically with it, but the original artist has this very, very adorable style. Is the name on the reference? No! No! The original artist's name isn't on the reference! Gasp, I will need to remedy that. Is it in our chat? Is it in our chat? That's gonna be a long scroll to see. Or no, can I find it on begone? I can find it on begone, yes. Go here. Doing some sleuthing. Go to page. Wahaha. Quickly going here. Cuna. Okay. Okay. Now I can put credits on this thing and save it before I forget for the umpteenth time. So, okay, so, home button, character design, and hand button, reference sheet by No. There we go. There we go. And save. Now that's going to be burnt into my copy. Permanently. Now I can't forget. When it comes to measurements of things, I use a mix of both, but you can never catch me trying to figure out temperature or distance because both of those two things confuse me and I'm terrible with those in math. Honestly, real. Very, very real. I can understand that. Temperature, in terms of conversions, is a nightmare between the two systems. And the same with distance. Actually, all of the conversions are a pain to deal with. What I love about metric is that at least everything is within some degree a little bit logical. Even if my arithmetic is bad, I can sort of figure it out because I don't have to remember a formula for stuff. Because everything is in base 10. Let me tell you guys, my arithmetic is terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. I do not trust my own ability to figure out arithmetic at all. But okay. Now what I want to do is I want to do something that breaks the silhouette that way a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to add like you. Yes. We'll just do something a little bit better about the top. So, just reminding ourselves quickly. That's happening on this side, so that does not happen on this side. Okay. And we're gonna have a little stray over here like that. And like that, okay? That should work. And in terms of how to actually get it to connect, what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this in bits and pieces like this, okay? Something like that. Should be safe. Okay. Now what I can do is I can take off that outline. And I can grab that. Fill in black. Edit. Outline selection. Draw on border 2. Okay. And now I can clear what I don't want to see. Which is you. All of you. All of you that I do not want to see. Okay, just like that. Coolio. That should do the trick there. Now, come back here. Linear burn. Where are you? My pencil sketch brush. Yes. There we go. And grab you like that. Good. And that is that one. Okay. now we need one to close the gap on top here. So duplicate again, clear, and duplicate again, drop, and clear. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 3. It's a little bit of a tedious process, but, when it's all in place, it is quite effective, so it's worth it. It's worth it. Yes. 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 I think. Let me just do this. I'm suddenly uncertain in terms of the shape. Okay, that's a little bit easier to see. That's a little bit easier to see. Okay. It's actually pretty decent, actually. Actually pretty decent. That's almost workable. Okay. Happy accident right there. I'll roll with that. I'll take it. Just like that. Nice. I'll take that. Thank you. Many, many, many thank yous. I'll take that. That's a victory that I was not expecting this day. Okay. No. So now we do the outlining job again. Edit outline selection on boundary 2 and clear what we don't want, which is all of you. Actually. You two live together like that. Because then they can interact through one another. Yes, I like that better. Okay. But does that mean I not accidentally damaged it too much? And on this side, you are going to need a little bit more mass over here, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Okay. So that's good. And almost there. There we go. Now what I need to do is I need to just come back to our ink slayers for these two and just sharpen up these points. And then I'm almost there with these bangs repairs, and then I can move on to side hair. Hi, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope everyone's having a great time. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. We are quickly doing a couple of little repairs that are going pretty decently thus far. And that looks like it will behave itself a little bit better. Will it? Almost. There is yet one more thing that needs repairing here, and that is just a little bit of a reduction on that glow just up there. Just needed to see. Yes, it just needed to blend a little bit better because I could see the edge on that white against that white. It was a very subtle difference, but change of angle, I picked it up quite quickly. Okay. Cool. So that means that those six are now ready to come over to here. And that gets flattened, merge selected, merge selected, merge selected for our PSDs. What still needs to happen, however, is this still needs some shading. So, first things first, we need that brush, okay, and just come in here like that. Okay, that should do the trick. And then glow dodge, same story on this edge. Now we make it subtle. Okay, and reduce the shinies just like that. Okay, and that should be enough for that job. Okay, now that I can go copy and paste. Eek. Put that over there and merge selected. I'm going to move that down. Save button. Yes. Save button. Sounds like a good idea. Always a good idea. If you're also working alongside me with your own stuff, now is a good idea to hit the save button for you as well. FYI. Good moment to hit the save button. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just in terms of my layering here, I'm just going to put these two behind those so that they behave like how I expect them to over here, and I can see how final layering is more or less going to look. Why do I feel like I'm missing a thing? Because I was in fact missing a thing. Okay, found it. Okay. So that is looking a little bit better. That's looking a bit better. Save button. And file, save duplicate, Clip Studio. There we go. Come on, come on, do your thing, do your thing. I just needed to do my security blanket. Second save with a different name. It'll catch up with me. Please and thank you. Okay, that one, save. Yes. Just in case something ends up happening with the main file that I'm working in, that the other one has a chance of survival. Okay. So that works. That looks cute. I'm happy. Okay. Okay, okay. So for the front bangs, that should be enough to save it. Always good to keep backups? Yes. Very good idea to keep backups. So now what I need to do is I need to actually rename these, because otherwise what is going to happen... No. No, 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 no. I'm not going to rename them because I'm going to add as I'm going to add these files in these layers in here as new art mesh. I'm not going to be replacing anything. So we are bringing in the PSD file. We are working in the same model. Okay. We're adding all layers as new art mesh because we're not replacing any existing PSD files. Okay. So now all of our new layers are there. Is there anything in this folder? No, it goes away. Bye bye. You have a lot going on in here. And we will sort that out. So, first things first. Let's see. Where did these go? Over here. So, those two. I'm going to bring back into the same order of operations that I had previously, because otherwise I'm going to feel like I'm lost. So, like so. And you are also going to be on a draw order of 499. Okay. Now here, what I need to be doing, very, very importantly, is I need to have my stopwatch running, because at the moment what I'm busy doing is I am busy doing setups, and I think that was the approximation of 2 minutes since I drew in the... I think that was approximately 2 minutes since I pulled in the PSD files. So I'm going to add to my time log that I've got over here, setups and optimizations, from 874 minutes to 876 minutes on setups and optimizations. Yes, I'm keeping a spreadsheet of exactly how many minutes I'm spending on each part of the process, because otherwise I don't know how much to charge when doing these as commissions. I made that mistake exactly twice, and I think that was enough times to make the mistake to not keep an accurate time log. Yoy. So I built a spreadsheet for building Live2D models. It's crazy, but anyway, it'll help me in the end. It will serve a purpose later. Okay. So now we've got those two in place. Now what I want to do is just also working on our bangs. I want to start by putting these all inside the head deformer, which is currently behind me. I'm just gonna see if I can move myself back over here. Can I? Okay, it's not behaving itself. This is going to then be a manual process. Yes. Okay. Be there. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be I had all of you. I want to put you all inside the head rotation, the face rotation, there. Okay. Which means at the bare minimum, why are you not moving? That one. One of them is, the other one isn't. Why? Because I probably failed to grab it appropriately. Did I not? I failed to grab it appropriately? Yes, I did indeed. Okay, so now you come out and you get dropped in between there. Okay, so now if I go to here, it does in fact follow what has been put together there so far. Yay! First step, check, of our head XY for the bangs corrections. Cool. So now what I want to do is I want to go and put these inside a pair of deformers. This is going to be bangs, if I can just type, bangs top starboard underscore head XY create copy paste, and over here paste, and this is going to, instead of being starboard, this is going to be port and X, Y. And copy, create, and paste. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to just mesh these quickly. So first one we're going to do is we're going to just grab everything. Grab everything. And mesh it up. So just putting a couple of pieces on, because this is not actually going to deform much. I don't see it deforming much. And that is a hydrate timer. So everyone, it is time to acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages. And let's all take a sip. Yes. Hydrates time. Hydrates time. Hydrates time. So. Water. Just a sip. There we go. I can feel it's the change of seasons because I'm starting to get an itchy throat, and that worries me. I don't like it when I get the itchy throat. No. Okay. But it's fine, we'll survive it. Thank you! Thank you, your timing is fantastic. So I just had coffee delivered! Yay! Coffee! Extra sip of coffee for the hydrates while it's still warm, because the next one is a half an hour away. Woohoo! Which reminds me, I need to reset the timer. Because why? I had literally forgotten again. The forgetful bird motif is hitting hard right now. There we go. So, there we go, there we go. Now we do this line to just make sure that it doesn't do any weird corner things happening over there. Like that. Okay. And like that. So save that one. Now same thing happens for the starboard side. And I'm just going to take that. I probably lost also 2 minutes to the hydrate timer and that associated madness, which puts us on 3 minutes on part meshes, short hair. So for soon 8, 9, so that's going to be 5-0. Okay, reset the stopwatch and restart for the next piece. So clear it and start laying out the meshes here. Meshing is a little bit of a tedious job as well, but do it well and then it makes the rest of your life infinitely simpler. And that goes for literally any puppet type of model building, whether it be for Live2D or spine animation. If you have ever worked in the puppet type animation in After Effects as well, you'll see the same sort of system in place. Yay, thank you. Guys, you won't believe what just happened. You won't believe what just happened. Anyone care to guess what just happened? Someone snuck in and delivered a cookie. Yay! I know I'm always the one sneaking in to deliver cookies, but someone else snuck in to deliver a cookie. Brother Unit Brother Unit snuck in to deliver a cookie. Yay. No, my dad snuck in just a minute before to deliver coffee. But Brother Unit snuck in to deliver cookie. We almost never have cookies in the house. I'm so happy. Ooh, it's a peanut butter cookie. Yum. Yum, yum. Yes, I get excited for cookies, okay? They're worth getting excited over. Oh. Okay, but here I need to change tactic because this is going to bend a lot more than everywhere else. So I need to go into the draw line, and I'm going to put my repeat density on 10. And now what we're going to do is we are going to use this to create a line of meshes that are going to protect our border in terms of transparency, so that we don't have any weird cropping madness happening. Because anything that is outside of the mesh is going to get chopped off, which we do not want. No, that would not be fun. And it also provides enough mesh information for it to bend smoothly, which is kind of important when we start applying physics to this just now. But we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay. So I'm probably going to only end up working on the side here tomorrow as well. Arc. Maybe. We'll see. I want to, at the very least, for this day, get through this repair. Confirm. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, this line is okay, but I want it to follow a color shift. That way, especially this hard dark line over here is not going to get any weird corners in it while things bend. So on bigger, flatter areas that don't have much in terms of color changing, it doesn't matter quite so much. But where the color changes generally, it is nice to have vertices protecting those areas. Ooh, so that one has to stay on that edge. Okay. And that color shift can go there, that one can go there, and this is going to go along this edge here, because that's also a pretty hard edge. And then this is going to come onto this side, like that. There we go. And now we can add another one. This is going to come across this way. And I'm going to need to do manuals in between. It's fine. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay. Up until here. Up until there. That's good. Okay. Like so. Confirm. Place you there, there, there. Catch up with me, please. Hardware. There we go. There we go. Like that. And now we start closing gaps. like that should do the trick. And on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to keep following the bend, like so. And we're going to bend you this way and you to there. Great. And from here, you guys are going to continue up along this edge. So, like that. Slowly but certainly making good progress. Fantastic. Okay. Doodle-doo-doo. No. Just want to check. On this side, 1, 2. That will do the job just nicely. Okay. You are going to cut across straight like that. I don't like that one. Move you there. Eep. And move you there. Move you there. Yes. That works out better, and I don't like that line there. Yes, that's better. Okay. Are there any other gaps? Yes. Quite significantly. Okay. Now, you are going to close that way. You are going to close that way. Like so. And like so. Okay, so that should keep that one closed. Nice. Alright. Next is you. Actually, I'm going to go to your inks layer. No. This. Anyway. That is going to be 9. That's 9 minutes, so let me add that to part meshes short hair. That's going to be 159 instead of 150. Okay. Here, my stopwatch. Before I move on to the other thing, I think I want to do the physics on this particular piece. Why? Because that way I feels like we're doing new stuff the whole time and it's not that repetitive. Okay, so first we're going to go, not warp to cause a nerve, Sushian.psd, we're going to go, phys X. What an inspired name, phys X. And that's going to be at least 15, 16. It does not need to be 2 Beziers wide, it can be 1. Create. Yeah, that'll do. Now we go to our physics and we go f is 1 through f is 3. Link. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go phys x3, we're going to go that way. And we're going to change our size of our brush all the way down, not quite that way down. Not quite that far. A little bit more. That should do the trick, yeah? That should do the trick. But before I do any of that, I want to clear those because I want to grab the entire thing and just shrink it down. So firstly, we're going to go Control, Alt, and scale that tight, and scale that tight, because otherwise it's a nightmare later with too much white space around the edges. 3 parameters on Harrier's X1, 2, and 3. We are on the 1 value on the 3 parameter. Now we grab the bottom here and we go rotate and like so. And we go to the -1 and we go rotate and like so. Maybe not rotate quite so much. There we go. Just to see how much that wiggles. Yes, that's good. Now on to number next. Grab our brush. Up a little bit more. and we are on +1, so we're going to rotate and pull that so that the corners don't show up quite so much. There we go. And on this side, rotate so that we don't end up with weird corners and stretching in weird places. It's a little bit much on this side, so pull that back a little bit and up and just check. There we go. X2 is good. Now X1. Grab the whole bottom section and up to about there. That's a bit heavy, so what I want to do instead is I want to make my brush bigger in terms of its sphere of influence. That looks like a softer gradient. I'm happier with that. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to tilt like so. And on this side, like so. There we go. 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 Happiness is file save. Please save this time. No! Okay, fine. Insufficient system resources. Why have you got insufficient system resources? Is it because I've got it's because I've got the clip file open. It's because I've got the clip file open. Okay, fine. I'm gonna close the clip file. Save on graphics resources. Fine. There we go. File. Save. Please save. Please save. No! Okay. File. Save as. Let's just close everything else on this machine that could possibly be taking up system resources. That means goodbye, Clip Studio. I shall see you tomorrow. Everything else that I'm going to do now is going to be in the rig. So, so this is going to be position X, CMO3. And it's saved. Okay. Okay. It's saved. So that was scary. Coffee, please. Thank you. Scary, scary, scary. Nothing scarier than being on a live stream and then everything stops saving. Like, I've had software crashes in the middle of a stream before, but it's insane. No matter how strong the computer I'm working with or how powerful the computer I'm working with, it is inevitably not fast and powerful enough or have enough graphics capacity to save the files that I'm working on. It's ridiculous. But it's fine. Hold up. How long did I spend on those physics? I never hit this play button on my stopwatch. No. Oh man, I never hit the play button on my stopwatch. Wait. It was. I'm now on 214. I was at... How long did I spend on those physics? How long did I spend on those physics? No. Okay. I have no idea. It must have been not very long. Like 4 minutes? 6 minutes? Sorry. 6 minutes, maybe? 6 minutes on those physics? I think? Ish? I don't know. I think think I have DVR enabled. Can someone please scroll back and check? Please? How? Sounds about right, maybe? Okay. Part Mish's short hair. No, I was on physics short hair, so it's gonna be I'm gonna put it down as 6 minutes. On it? Oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I shall stopwatch on the next piece of meshing, which is gonna be you. You are the next one to mesh. Start stopwatch. Okay. Grab you. Clear. And line. Let's see how fast we can get this job done. Okay, that's that one. Which bit do you want me to check when you started to work on it again? Okay, I'll tell you in a moment. When I started putting this in the phys-x deformer. And started putting it on physics. Please, Alex. Okay, give me a sec. Thank you! Greatly appreciated. I want to show model image, not modeling. Because there's a shadow that runs along here that I want to protect. From here, 17 minutes ago. 17 minutes ago, wow. I was about to give a gross underestimation. Wow. And this is why it's important to take timers. Wow. Okay, that was almost going to end up in gross undercharging in my math. Okay. So physics short here. 155 plus 17. I'm not going to do that math manually. What was it? 155. I'm going to make it 16 just for 171. I'm just going to cut a couple minutes off just in case there was idleness. But okay, 171. And resume. Over here. Crazy. Note to self, my sense of time is not to be trusted. At all. Goodness. I'm gonna put this on the outside, because that's where it's more important. There we go. Neither is mine, but thank goodness you had the playback thing enabled for the stream. Yeah. I've been trying to make sure that I've got all of my settings appropriate for that. Because a lot of people say, no, don't switch on the DVR. It makes your data heavier. But the usefulness of it, I think, for the sort of things that I do, it makes it a very helpful feature to be able to quickly scroll back and see, okay, what did I potentially miss? Or, okay, can we quickly find out how long a thing took to do? All of that madness. Especially now that I've started taking timers of things. because an on-screen OBS timer, I would absolutely 100% forget to switch on and off. I would 100% forget to switch it on and off. Let's just be real. We all know how bad I am with the hydrate timers, and I'm trying to do that, like, relentlessly. That's fair. Yeah, that's the forgetful bird brain doing its thing. But we persevere, despite. Okay. Almost got it, almost got it. Come on. There we go. Now on this side, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go one like that, one like that. I do not want that corner. Alright, now what we do is we go grab everything, copy it, and put that on the inks layer as well, and paste. Okay. And stop, that's 5 minutes. So add to part meshes short hair, 5 minutes, that's going to be 64. And then we grab both of those, start timer, and we go Viz X, create, and adjust our fit. No, not like that. Make it tight like so, and make it tight like so. There we go. And attach. And I think that can afford to be 18 because that looks a little bit sparse in the vertical. There we go. And now what we do is we grab the bottom like such, and we go rotate like such, and rotate like such. There we go. And next one up, brush. Not quite. That should do it. Rotate. And nope. Rotate. Like such. Okay. And last one. Like that. Not that high though. I don't want it to touch the top piece. Rotate. And rotate. Okay, functional, happiness, and that was 2 minutes. Technically 2.5, but I always round it down. Physics short hair, that becomes 173. Why do I always round down? Because I make allowances for my own concentration drifting. Okay. getting places! Getting places! Yay! Then next is gonna be you, which we need to mesh. So, get into the cycle again. Grab everything, get rid of it. You, curve. And place. It's repetitive stuff, but it is worthwhile. It's worthwhile. It is worthwhile. It's worthwhile. What are you talking about? Of course it's worthwhile. Yes, of course I'm not completely just trying to convince myself that I'm not completely losing my mind. Of course I'm losing my mind. You can't do this stuff without being slightly crazy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Fun fun! I think you might be losing your mind just a bit. No more than usual. No more than usual. You can't do this sort of stuff if you're not got a little bit of what's a kind term for it? The lurgy? I don't know. I can't do the lurgy sound effect. I'm sorry. Quirky. There was an old British television radio drama whose name would probably be wholly misinterpreted by the current generation on the internet. But there was it was an old BBC radio drama, and it was very funny. It was radio drama, but it was comedy drama, if I can phrase it that way. And if you look for something on the internet called, thank you, Hydrate Timer. If you look for the drama, it's called The Goon Show. It's not what you think it is. Goon is in like mindless thug type imbecile is the intention, before it ended up having other connotations in this generation. But there was one episode of that radio drama where the protagonist was responsible for finding a cure for a fictional disease called the lurgy. Yeah, I know the old meaning behind it. Yeah, I was just saying it for the benefit of those who are not familiar with the original asterisk question mark meanings. And yeah, it was a very funny show, but there was this one episode where they had to find this cure for a fictional disease called the lurgy. And I don't know, in my household we've taken to calling any amount of rampant silliness the lurgy. Whether it be just, I don't know, being random, or linguistic madness. We call it the lurgy after the fictional disease in that show. We also do that for when it's... We also call the phenomenon where we're having a conversation and then spontaneously you say something that happens to be a lyric for a song, and then one of us inevitably starts singing it. We call that the lurgy too, because that is something that we are prone to in my household as well. That's fun. Okay, that is gonna be 5 minutes on this one. Copy. And paste. And while that's pasting, meshes, that's going to become 9. And confirm. Okay! Clear it. And stopwatch, begin. And we're gonna go once again, physics. Create. And compress vertically, compress horizontally. And physics 1, 2, 3. Make 3. Grab you. Come to the bottom. And we start the process. Come on. Yeah. If you ever get a chance to go and listen to that radio drama, it is hilariously funny. There is precious little in the comedy genre that I can actually handle for any extended period of time. But the likes of The Goon Show and Hitchhikers and Terry Pratchett novels, that is the sort of stuff in general that I have a little bit more patience for. Otherwise, I prefer my comedy as relief in more serious works. I like subtle comedy. I don't know. I like subtle comedy and I like silent comedy. Like this sort of visual funniness that you can sprinkle into the background of things. Or just a silence in just the right spot to make another thing work. Okay, that's 3 minutes on that physics. So that becomes 7, 6. Okay, 7, 6. Okay, okay. Nearly there, nearly there. We've almost got these meshed out, and then we can do Fizz Y! New thing! Woohoo! But my timer went off. Did we hydrate? I don't think we did. I don't think we did a hydrate at the last timer. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages, and let's take a sip, shall we? Yeah. I can see myself. We didn't, I don't think. Gasp. That shall not do. That shall not do. That shall simply not do. Hydrates are in order. Hydrates are in high order. Everyone, double sip, please. I'm going to down my coffee because it's now at a temperature where the next time I pick it up, it's going to be iced. I still haven't touched my cookie. The cookie will be had after stream. It's staring at me. It's staring at me. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the last of my coffee. It's now at a temperature where it's going to definitely be ice next time I pick it up. Ah. The cookie speaks to your soul, begging to be eaten by you, Harrier. Yes, I know. It's staring at me. Stop staring at me. Ah. I really want to eat the cookie, but at the same time, just nibble it, sis. It won't hurt. It won't hurt me, but it might hurt your ears because it's a tough cookie. I know these cookies. They are hard. The crunch is reverberant. The crunch is very reverberant. What's the time even? Hold up. Okay. I can afford one more hydrate timer for the day. And thereafter, I need to think of wrapping it up because I'm also not running entirely on all of the hours of sleep that I need. I prefer crunchy cookies, which isn't a common take. Soft cookies are nice because they're quiet and they don't hurt your teeth, but the texture of a crunchier cookie is not bad. There is a difference, however, between crunchy and tough. These ones are hard. They are hard cookies, which is... Same, but I have an insomnia and an excuse. My excuse was that I was watching the VGen live last night, and that ended at an irresponsible hour for the European time zones. It ended at my usual start time for American time zone streams, which was an irresponsible hour for me to be awake yesterday, but I wanted to see what they were up to, because it was potentially important stuff. And it was a really good big release, so I don't have regrets. But, sleep. I did get the badge. I did get the badge, though. I did manage to stick around all the way till badge claim. While I was working yesterday, I was also watching, the catch-up VODs from the Final Fantasy XIV FanFest that happened this weekend. Specifically the first day, because I was a day out of sync with everything. And I am so excited to finally be able to encounter Shadowbringers properly. Because when I started playing again after a some-year hiatus, it was just when Shadowbringers was coming out. So I'm really excited to finally have that coming to free trial. I'm super excited to finally get back into the swing of the free trial completionist run after we've tackled the madness that is going to be the next month and a half. Because I've said this before, but I've never been able to play past A Realm Reborn because of life happening reasons. And I'm really excited that Shadowbringers is finally going to be available in the free trial. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's such a great expansion from what I remember, at least. It has to be like 3 years since I played. Oh, yeah. Rahazik, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I was super tempted to play a little bit offline yesterday. But, my guilty conscience said no. Been a few years since I played Final Fantasy XIV? Yeah. Like, one day is one day. I want to revive my Steam account. Because at the moment I had to open a new free trial account for our completionist run, because my Steam account was before the free trial became what it is now. Which was on a level cap, so it was still on the 30-day version, not a up to a certain level version. And that was tragic. So I've still got my character sitting there in limbo, waiting for my return. I'm sorry, Des. I'll come back eventually, I promise. I still remember my first character was Ellison Dragoon. I really enjoyed putting him together. Who are you working on? Are you referring to current commission, or are you referring to in-game? Because that question could be interpreted both ways. Presently. Current artwork. I'm currently continuing. Well, no, undo. I'm currently continuing work on the Live2D model for Sishian. So that is what we are presently meshing away at. Alright, there we go. Now, yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to get back into playing, honestly. But at the same time, I really also didn't want to play offline, because I want you guys to see everything that I'm doing in that completionist run. I don't know if that's maybe not good logic to have, but I don't know. I feel bad playing games and not streaming it. Sounds like a good reason to me. I understand it. Yeah. Okay, that was 6 minutes on meshing. Okay. I don't want to do that arithmetic. 169 plus 6. I really don't want to do that arithmetic manually. Why use your brain when you've got a calculator right in front of you, right? 175. Like I have said since the start of the stream, the wheel is spinning, but the rat is not home. The only time I don't feel about that is if I'm doing for 8 hours the game is general resource gathering. Yeah, like I'll probably do my crafter class leveling offline, probably. But yeah, I haven't really been focusing on that at the moment. I just want to get through main story for A Realm Reborn. Because I don't mind after getting through certain main story things, once we start to get into a rhythm with things, please let me get into a rhythm with things. I desperately beg that we can get into a rhythm with things. That it's going to be something that we can actually do more regularly, because I do want to do it on the regular as a voice acting thing. You know, practice, get good, all of that madness. Because it's a very good game for practicing the voice acting stuff. And yeah. Between that and the doodle roulettes, not to be confused with duty roulettes, they sound similar. That was not intentional, but it works out wonderfully. I kind of really want to be able to say, okay, on one day of the week we're dedicated to this kind of content, on this day of the week we're dedicated to that kind of content, and on the other 2 days we are, you know, footloose and fancy free. That would be nice, eventually. What does Alex say? I made a little spider robot thing during stream. I don't have a battery, so I can't run, but it looks cool. Hey, spider robots! Nice! Messing with robotics. Fun, fun, fun. Please put a picture on the Discord. We want to see the little robot. We want to see the little robot. Already did. It's in general. Yeah! Thank you. I may have been lurking in Bill's stream, but I have not been paying attention to Discord while I was streaming. I don't do that often. It's just when you hear. It's just that tonight it just happened to be such that it worked out. All good. The brain fog is real today. The brain fog is so real today. But we persist. Despite all logic and reason, to the contrary. Honestly, I have no idea how much time I have spent just grinding on things in the background over the last month. Last 2 weeks especially. But we're going ahead and doing what we can, right? I've had a brain fog for a while as well, sadly. At least when reading, my brain just glances at the word and doesn't register. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, no, it's... And I don't realize, and it's been 3 pages. Oh no! That's frustrating. That is frustrating. So now we are at a point where we can put these into their phys Y counterparts. Okay, so this is going to be a whole new thing. So this is going to be for our up-down movements. So at the moment, on the X, the wiggles are wiggling joyfully. The wiggles are wiggling joyfully. But on the Y, they're not yet doing the thing. So we need to repair that. And then we can put them on the head turns, and then I can call it a day. Okay, so first things first. Stopwatch and begin. Is Y, create. It would help if I did not typo that, because there we go. Copy, paste, paste, paste. All right. Now we grab all of these phys Ys. Okay, and we put those on. Yeah, there we go. So, first thing is gonna be you. So, you, I'm gonna do smaller brush, smaller, 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 smaller. That's good, that's good. So when you go up, you're gonna go like that, and down you're gonna go like that. I want this to come out a little bit. There we go. Okay, then next I want you over here to come out like that, and you go in like that. And narrow a little bit. Broaden a little bit. Narrow a little bit. There we go. And then lastly, like so, and like no, no, like so, like no. Okay. That works on the vertical, I think. Okay. That's one. Okay, next. Okay. Vertical. You going to move like that. And like that. Okay. then here. You are not going to be that tall. There. There we go. And on the up, you're going to go. Like such. And like so. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then on the up. It's gonna break again, isn't it? No, it caught up with me. Surprise! Surprise! It caught up with me. Okay. Okay, and that's the Y on that one. Nice. That's 2. 2 to go. 2 to go. 2 to go. 2 to go. Next. You. It would help if I had the right brush. Come on. Catch up with me. Catch up with me. Catch up with me. Catch up with me. Please, 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 please. Catch up with me. There we go. Okay. Need to find which one I'm working with. There we are. Okay. So, you. Up and down. Okay. Next. Up. And down. Okay. And last one here. Up to there. Okay. And on the vertical, up. And down. This way, like so, and down. There we go. Okay, so that is going to be our Y on that one. One last one, and then we are ready for step number next. Which is going to be putting these all on the head turns. Okay. So close. So close. Okay. First things first, grab the quick brush. And up. And down. Okay. Next. Up. And down. And Eep. And on the down. Almost there. The fluffy ears, the very fluffy ears. I'm very fond of the very fluffy ears. Okay, so that is our fizz X and Y on the front pieces. So now that should have a nice bounce there. Okay. So now we just need to actually attach them to the head X and Y, and then we're going to be good. Yay! We're getting there! And then I can do away with this piece that is not working. So, that was 10 minutes. On physics short hair, that's going to be 191. There we go. One step closer. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Slowly but certainly, we're making good progress. Slowly but certainly. Okay. What I have not yet done. I need to just grab this. Oh, I still need to, before I put anything on head XY, I still need to apply gravity. I still need to apply gravity to these guys. Because when we turn the head, gravity applies to everything. So we still need to do that. Okay, but I did decide that we did not want this one. So all of this gets cut. Just straight cut. We're not going to use it. Not going to use it. Okay? Because that one was just behaving really weirdly, and I was not liking how it was behaving. Now, what we need to do is come to these ones and put you all in a grav folder. So, not folder, deformer. So, grav, copy, create. Select all, paste, create. Select all, no. Select all, paste, create. And select all and paste, create once more, and so it goes, and so it goes again, again, again. Okay, now we grab all 4 of those, and we go to head Z. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and create 3 deformers. There we go, there we go. And we go through the motions once more. So, let's start at the bottom of the list as always, and we're starting this way. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab that. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy that value. And we're going to go over here. Select off of it. And we're going to rotate that mostly upright. Not 100% upright, but mostly upright. Move it across. Or am I doing the done? I feel like I'm doing the done. Yes, I was doing the done. Don't select the top down, select the bottom up to there. And now make you mostly upright. There we go. And then here, apply like that. There we go. That makes sense. And then onto the next one. Select most of it. And then apply gravity. So, firstly, you're gonna rotate like so. Not too much because you're still resting up against the face. But on this one, you can go mostly upright. Not that far down though. How does that work? A little bit higher. Yeah, that works. Okay. Happiness on that one. And that is our last hydrate timer for this evening. So everyone, oh, we are so close. We're so close. We're so close. Acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages. And let's take a sip. We're so close. So close. I will finish putting these bangs on the head XY before I end stream this day. Otherwise, I will not sleep. And I really want to sleep. Okay, that works. That works. Okay. Number lost on gravity. I'm not happy with that grip. That will work. Okay. Yep, that is it. That is the thing. Okay, cool. We have our gravity in place. Now we can put all of these on our head rotations. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. I'm gonna actually make the rest of my parts now visible because there's no reason for them to be hidden anymore. I don't think. Not for now, anyway. And now we can see how it all behaves together. And I've still got an issue over there with that rotation. Okay, I spotted a bug that I forgot about. Okay. But that's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there. Now. What I want to do is. You are... which one? I, at this point, probably need to do some renaming. I need to do some renaming. I'm gonna go and rename front back mode, I think. Port. Starboard. Okay, so first things first, let us grab all of you and move you in between those and put you on draw order of 510 like the rest of the bangs layers. Okay. Okay. Now I need to do a rename. So this is still 6 minutes on 6 minutes, yeah, 6 minutes on physics short, so that's going to be 9-7. Okay, and then I need to just do about a minute's worth on optimizations. Let's just go through that. So starboard 1, starboard 1, starboard 2, starboard 2, starboard 3, so this is going to be renamed from starboard 3 to let me just go through them this normal way. Top down, I can always come back. Nope, it's being done. It's being done. One moment, please. I need to come top down first and then come back up. Otherwise, I'm going to have renaming issues. I'm going to have renaming issues. Okay. Catch up with me, please. Thank you. I'm just honestly grabbing closest keys. Okay, then this becomes 4, and this becomes 4. And that becomes 4 inks. And that becomes 4 inks. And then this becomes 5 inks and 5 inks. That becomes 6 inks and 6 inks. That becomes 5 and 5. Wait. Weird, but okay. It is here. It is here. So, now what we need to do is see that was 3 minutes on optimizations. So that's going to be 9. Yeah. You see why it's important to check how much time goes into setups and optimizations? 879 minutes on setups and optimizations. It's just making sure the layers are in the right order and named properly. And I haven't got triple duplicates of the same thing. I've spent so much time just doing that. Gasp. Okay, so these are all just headaches, why? Okay. So. can live with that. I can live with that. Okay. Okay. Last step for today. So this is going to be hit XY, create. Hit XY, create. Hit XY, create. And hit XY, create. Okay. So, put you all on head X for a start. Okay. But before we go any further with that, I need to do the following. Hide the bangs in their entirety, except for those. And put those on head XY. Because that is going to be the foundation off of which we do the rest of it. So, first things first, head X. Let's start with port side. So, when you go this way, firstly, we are going to need more width on you. We're going to need at least 12. Okay, that should do. And I do not want more than one on the vertical on those beziers, because otherwise I can't reach things. So we're going to go like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull this corner like that. And like that. To get that sort of a response. Okay, and then this. We're going to collapse down. And this, we're going to collapse down. Shrink it a little. Shrink it a little. And shrink it a little more. Okay. On that side, that makes sense. Ish. Ish. Makes sense-ish. Almost got it. Almost got this. Okay. There we go. And on this side, we're just going to extend that this way. Or are we? I want to compress this down like that a little bit more. Pull you this way. And then pull that out a little bit more. Okay. I think that's going to do for that one. Probably. Possibly. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay. Okay, now we need to do the same for this side. So, firstly this way. And I want that to be, come on. No, come on, catch up with me, please. Catch up with me, please. I beg of you, I beg of you, I beg of you. Come on, come on, come on. What's the time? What's the time? I need you to be 12. I need you to be 1. Okay. Now here. I need this to also be registered on here. And that needs to be on there. And that needs to be on there. No. Undo. 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 That one is fine. This one needs to move. This one needs to go through the cycle and go back one here. It doesn't go back one here, it goes back one here. So it goes behind. Okay. That way, the path always looks like it's sensible. In terms of how paths work. Okay, so something like that-ish, I think. Let's see, how does that behave? I think that's okay. Okay, so that is the easy one. Now we need to put this on head Y, yay! Okay, so first things first, let's reset everything to default values so that I don't have to think. And head Y. First, when we look down, we're pretty much in the right place. What I do want to do is I want to just nudge you down a smidge. And nudge you up a smidge. Okay, that makes sense. Now, same on this side. Hit Y, down. Pull you down a notch. Pull you up a notch. There we go. Okay. Now the tricksy ones, which is going to be the corners. So we're going to start on the up angles, and I think for this I need to hide the bangs back section. I see myself drinking lemon tea tomorrow. Wah! Please, I don't want to be sick. I really actually can't afford to be sick. I need to be healthy come Saturday. Okay, let's try synthesize corners and see how bad it is, and then fix it. Blech. Blech. Okay, that's getting better, I think. Asterisk, question mark, I don't know. Let's do this side. This is almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. What's happening here? I don't like that sharp corner. Something like that. Okay, let's see how this behaves with the rest of it on. Okay, getting there. Now let's switch on the brow, not the brows, the bangs, because the brows are already on. Oh wow, that's messy. That is messy. Okay. Yeah! Now what I need to do is actually go into here and hide a bunch of stuff. So hide everything that I know is already rigged. Over there. Okay. And let's start with you. There we go. Okay. That's one. And now the other. And I forgot to start my stopwatch at the entire beginning of putting the head XYs in place because I'm an absolute fool again. Ugh. Can't believe I forgot again. No. Okay, fine. That works. Okay. Now here. Let's see how that behaves. Not like where I want it to be. Naturally. Okay, there we go. And on this side. Okay, that's that one. Let's see how that behaves over here now. Ignoring what's happening on the other side because obviously that has not been mapped yet. Okay. Our little vent piece is working. Yay! Which means the rest of the bangs on that side can be made visible again. So everything that's labeled port can become visible once more. Dum, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. But you are all a mess. Why are you all a mess? Goodness. Why are you all a mess? Don't tell me you haven't been mapped. Have you? Have you guys not been mapped? You haven't! Oh, I hadn't mapped those yet. No wonder. Okay. Okay. Gasp. This is going to be a longer job than I thought. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, that's going to be a longer job than I thought. Oopsies. Yeah. Didn't you say earlier you're gonna sleep soon? Yeah. And then I remembered that I was rigging VTuber models, and the day that I manage to sleep on time when rigging VTuber models and not saying, ooh no, let me just fix this one extra thing, I will be surprised at myself, honestly. Like the number of days that I say, ooh, I'm going to go to sleep after fixing this one little thing, and then proceed to go to bed when the sun comes up. Yeah. That just fix that one more thing. Just one more thing. Sleep is good. I agree, sleep is very good. I get distracted by myself while doing this. So you should sleep. I probably should. What's the time? In post 1. Okay, yeah, I probably should be sleeping. I've had that times like that with both 3D modeling and also in building something in game that features building. Ah, yes. I understand. I understand. Okay, so I'm in the interest of rigging again tomorrow. Just one more wall bang. Yeah, you are more likely to make mistakes when you're eating. Yeah, this is true. Okay, so in the interest of rigging again tomorrow, we should probably be over here. Let me just manually just come over here and just there we go. Okay. In the interest of being here again tomorrow. Save button. One last thing. Save button. We survived. We got a lot of meshing done. We got a lot of physicsing done. Didn't manage to get a lot of head XYing done. But considering that we were also drawing art layers at the same time, you know what? We're getting places. We're getting places. So, tomorrow I will be starting stream in about 23 hours. I will be starting stream in 23 hours for tomorrow. I'm starting earlier than I usually schedule for the United States time slots. So, for those of us who are in the Euro slots, there is still going to be a late night stream for tomorrow and on Wednesday. I'm going to be rigging Sushin continuously for the rest of this week. So you know what you're in for. It's technical stuff, me bashing my head against a wall trying to get little dots to go in the right places. But it's important technical stuff because it makes it look good when it's done. And in the run of the offline hours tomorrow, I'm going to try and get the last of the comics commission done earlier. And then tomorrow evening, what we're going to be focusing on is we're going to go into the art layers and we're going to be looking at rendering out the boots and making sure that all of those parts are ready for importing. So it's going to be that. And then on Wednesday, we're going to focus on the cape, so physics on the cape, and after that, whatever miscellany that we can come up with that is still safe for stream, we're going to do then. And then Thursday is going to be Thursday, and that's going just plugging through the list, seeing what is there and available and ready to do on stream. So yes. Always love the night streams due to insomnia. I'm glad that they work for you. I'm glad that they work for you, Alex. I hope that they also help get some sleep in. Because while I know that shape productivity is one of my vibes, I also know that sometimes you need a little bit of a repetitive grind happening in the background to help you fall asleep. And if I'm not in too much of a chaotic mood, then that is something that happens. What sleep? Can I eat it? I wonder, can you eat sleep? Technically, I suppose you could. Technically, you could eat sleep. In the sense that you could eat something that puts you to sleep. Technically. It's a little bit convoluted in terms of the process of sleep ingestion, but it is theoretically possible if you extrapolate the process extensively. Devour a thing and sleep happens. Duration of sleep may vary depending on the thing that gets absorbed. Would make it much easier for me if I could. Oh man, I understand. Sleep issues are difficult to deal with on the best of days. Wish we could eat sleep and then just gain the effects without having to do the whole dying down and losing consciousness bit. I have to disagree on that. I enjoy the act of sleeping. It's cozy. It's cozy. I like the snuggles. I enjoy the snuggles in the blankets. And the being able to, my eyes do not have to absorb information. It's comfy. I enjoy it. I love sleeping. I love my dreams because they get interesting. Ooh. It's like a new story every time. I'm glad you have nice dreams, honestly. That's nice. That's good news. That's good news. I don't remember my dreams often, personally. Sometimes I even hop back into previous dreams. I'm like, oh wow, that's nice. Yeah, like the few dreams that I do remember, I know that there's a continuity between them as well, which is weird. And I know that it's sometimes recurring dreams that's like, I remember you from 15 years ago. What are you doing in my subconscious still? And it's very trippy when that happens. Usually they're very stressful and involve demise of various descriptions or uncomfortable social situations. Those are the ones I remember. Yeah, it's not. There are very few actual quote unquote dreams that I remember ever having. Like I don't doubt that they happen, but I don't remember them. So whatever weirdness exists between my ears is well contained. I can see it as a recreational thing then, when you can just, instead of a requirement, yeah. Some of my stories start that, I think. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when you have a really interesting idea in a dream, and you can convert that into a story, that's great. Fun fact. The entire world build for Misthaven, the entire overarching universe that it exists in, actually exists on account of an original character of mine who was the first person I ever encountered in a dream who I knew their name. First person I ever encountered in a dream who I actually knew who I was speaking to, and I was like, okay, your name is Renko. I know your name is Renko. I don't know who you are, but after that dream, I drew Renko for the first time, and thereafter started the development of the universe in which Misthaven takes place. And that happened when I was 14? So technically, the world sprouted from a dream, but it is so vastly different from how it first displayed itself that it's barely recognizable. I did eventually find a way to make the dream canon for that character, eventually. Like, it only took 10 years. But I did eventually find a way to make that dream canon in an interesting way. It may be a long time before anyone ever sees that scene, and before anyone ever realizes or discovers which scene I encountered him for the first time. But yeah, that was a thing. My dear cave-dwelling half-griffin, who I will get around to drawing again sometime. I'm gonna lie down to try and sleep, and you should do the same. Yes, I know I should. I'm still just saving files and closing them, because the saving thing takes a while. The saving thing takes a while, honestly. With processing being... But okay, looks like... Live2D is now closed. Live2D is now closed. You can be sure I'm not going to continue rigging. Victory, I have closed the software package. But yeah. So yes, we're going to continue rigging Sishian for the remainder of the week. If you care to see more of the technical process then please feel free to stop by. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate everyone who has been around, everyone who's been lurking. I really appreciate your time. For the Plumies who might still be hanging around, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate seeing you guys here. It was fun to spend some time with you. I know that it was a lot of weird screechy bird noises, but creative process varies from person to person. and mental state from mental state, and a number of hours of sleep to numbers of hours of sleep. So, yes. I am currently running on 3 today. I think 3. I think it's 3. I'm not exactly sure what time I actually managed to fall asleep after the stream ended at 3 o'clock in the morning, but yeah. 3 or 4, I think. No idea. Anyway. Thank you for joining. I shall see you all in approximately 22.5 hours. And yes, hopefully next week I will have a little bit more capacity to throw in a bit more variation into the madness. Once I have all of the major pieces of Sishian's model in his rig and functional. And then it gets down to the nitty-gritty of just detailing and animating and toggles. We should be able to take our foot a little bit off the pressure on that. We have updated the deadline on his model to, I think, late June. Because of all of the stuff that still needs to happen. It was today. The deadline was today. But obviously it was nowhere near there because there was just so much to do, and March didn't exist. So yeah, we are still on around about the average halfway mark for this kind of job. So I think we were on 71, 72 hours? 73? 73-ish? 73. It should be about 73 after 4 hours of working on stream. So, we started at 71, so it should be close to 73, 74. Anyway. And the previous two with bad time management measurement was at about 130, 150. So we're about a halfway mark. Crazy to think we're only in the halfway mark. So yeah, I'm gonna be pushing on that quite a bit going forward in terms of the numbers of hours that need to be poured into it still. And yes, I will keep you guys up to date and see what we can work out. And yes, fun times ahead. Good night, everyone. Rest well when you get to it, and I shall see you tomorrow. Also, wow, my throat has been so scratchy for the last 3 hours. I am definitely going to wake up and make myself some tea with some lemon and honey. I think that is desperately necessary. Oh boy! Wow. Please let me not get sick. I really can't afford to get sick right now. No! Okay, good night. Rest well. And until next time, cheery bye. And in case anyone is wondering, yes, the cookie is still here. I am now going to have my cookie. Good night, everyone. Rest well. The cookie was harder than I thought. Okay. Very crunchy cookie.